So this is going to be You Need Professionals Part 4, but I'm going to call this one Maximizing Shopify. So I talked about how the real digital marketing experts are all strategists. So with Shopify, a good optimizer for sales, right? If you hire somebody who's like, I want you to fix my store, and I want you to give me the sale because my site is either outdated or it needs to be updated or some reason I'm not selling, and I need you to find out and I need you to fix it. A good guy will know what needs to be fixed. He'll look at it and be like, oh, okay, the description's messed up, but he'll know what I need to use to get it fixed and as fast as possible and as efficient as possible. He'll know the app name. He'll know how to log in. He knows who to hire if he can't do it. He knows the guy who he needs to hire to get it done if he can't do it. And he also knows the ads and how the strategy. He knows the ad strategy, so he can optimize the ad strategy. He can optimize the Facebook strategy. And he can also give you recommendations on how you can widen your store. Like let's just say you have a store and he'll be like, oh, you should join Etsy. He'll be like, oh, you should join Etsy. Like, you probably get more customers on Etsy or eBay. And he'd be like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's just a lot of work. And he knows who to hire to. He'd be like, no, I have someone who can get you on there and optimize all the tags. So you will be getting notifications on your phone saying, oh, this person liked my shirt or this person liked my shoes from Etsy or eBay, right? Outside of the realm of Shopify. But it's still all connected, right? The same titles. So if you're ranking, you're more likely to rank because you went wider. That's maximizing Shopify. He'll know how to explain updates. Like, oh, this just did this. This app allows you to do this and simplify. It's like, take for instance the ETA app, right? So you could be like, oh, you're not showing the customer when the delivery will arrive before they even check out on the page. Because more people be like, oh, they have shipping questions. So if it's like August 13th and they be like, oh, it'll arrive on the 17th, they'll be like, okay, I want to buy it. Because now that question, the objection is prevented before it comes. And they know this is the app to do that, right? They know the app to get that done. And they know the settings, they know everything. So it's just plug in, insert, boom. And that's throughout any issue. So let's just say someone looks at your site and they're like, your pricing is not universal. It looks bad. Some of your pricing has a 6 on the end. Some have a 3. Some have a 9. And it confuses the customer because they can't add up. They can't add up the shopping, right? Let's just take like a dollar store, right? People, if everything is $1, everybody like, okay, I want this for $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. I got 5 items, taxes, 10%, blah, blah, blah. And it's $5.50, right? Boom, they just added it up in their head. But if your shop has, this is $19.93, this is $17.45, this one's $15.99, and they're like, ugh, like I'm just gonna leave this site. It's too hard. But if everything is, this is $99, this is $18.99, this is $20.99. This is $25.99. This is $49.99. Then they're adding up. They're like, okay, this is $50. This is $20. This is $15. Now it's more. They're more likely to add. You see, that's another common issue I see. Like crazy people pricing craziness type of pricing. It's like, oh, this is $15.96. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is $27.47. Like, what? No, it's $27.99. This is $39.99. This is $99.99, right? Or $99.97, right? Because you got You building consistency with the nines. That's why I always tell people, pricing is designed too. Why you think? Why you think? Why you think all these Givenchy's and Gucci's they have all these high prices? Because it's like it's part of the design. They can just sell it with Givenchy across the middle because the pricing does the work for them. They can just, the dollar sign is a nice big dollar sign with five nines, 99, 99. That's why so many things are 99. You go to Burger King, $4.99. The burger's $3.99, $4.99. Or zero, right? Well, people don't really use zero because of tax. So tax prevents people from using zeros because then it's going to be crazy afterwards. So they do the 99 because people already know, okay, if it's 97, 97, if it's 99, 97, then they're thinking, okay, it's going to be 103 or 104, right? Or if it's 94, 99, they think, okay, it's 100. That's how you got to think with your pricing. 94, 99, okay, it's 100. But then you got other items in your store that's $49.99, so they think, okay, it's 150, right? So now they're calculating without adding to the cart. They don't have to add to the cart to calculate the price. It's already calculated in their head, and then when they go to the checkout, they're like, okay, I'm confirmed. And then even if you have a deal, it's like, oh, it's buy 3, get 2 free. So they done calculated. Let's say they bought 5 $50 items, right? That's like $250. So they think, oh, it's going to be $250, but they didn't read it was buy 3, get 2 free. So they go to the checkout and they're like, it's 2 free. So it's like it's $150 with free shipping. They're like, oh, I thought it was $250. Like, oh no, it's $150, and then boom, they're gonna buy it because you gave them a deal and they calculated it in their head. It's not like, oh, they calculated like, oh, what's the price? Like, it's you use the checkout as a confirmation, not as not the brief analyzer. Like, you kind of want them to add up what they're buying, why they're buying, during the process of their buying. In my opinion. And that, I mean, it kind of goes with what the data says. The data says that most successful, most $1 million Shopify stores, the average price is $50. So that kind of confirms a little bit what I'm saying. Because the 50 is like, okay, it's 50, 100, 150, 200. It's easy to add that number up over any other number in comparison to what you're selling. Because $50, you can sell anything, a lot of things for $50. What you can sell for $10, you can sell for $50. Now, you can sell a hat that costs $20 for $50. You can sell a vitamin that costs $30 for $50. So that's why that mark is just a good mark. So, what I was talking about. Yeah, that was pricing. So, yeah, maximizing Shopify. Yeah, apps, and also even like your shipping processing. Like knowing how to find your customers' emails and their phone numbers, and so you can contact them directly. Like, some customers, they like texting. Like, they like the fact that you'll text them a tracking number. But oh yeah, thanks for the tracking number. Boom. Transparency. Some people be like, why you do that? It's no perfect way because automatic tracking to email is probably the best way to do it. But you should have an alternative just in case somebody might use a fake email. You never know. You should know. That's maximizing Shopify. I'm trying to think of other ways you can max. Even the analytics. Shopify gives you analytics. And they have recording. So they have recording. You can record. You can look at your customers' actions, like what they're doing. So you can see why they didn't buy. Oh, they went to this checkout page. They didn't buy because of this. Oh, they keep getting the error message. And you be like, oh, I didn't know that error message existed. So now you know that because you can see what they were doing when they was on the site. And they don't know you're doing it. There's no way they can know. And it's legal for you to do it. I don't know how it's legal, but it's legal. So I would take advantage. I'm trying to think of what else. Maximizing. Yeah, Google Shopping. I mean, not Google. Yeah, Google Shopping, but leveraging automatic Facebook Shop and Instagram Shop. That's another one. Like, you can integrate your Facebook and your Instagram shops with Shopify. So when you add a new product, it automatically adds to it. So you can do the ad through the shop as well. So you can do a shop ad instead of just a regular ad. And it's linked to the shop. So if they want to buy off the Facebook shop instead of the website, they can do that too. And you're boosting your page. And they know that you have a shopping page. So that's another way you're maximizing Shopify. I'm trying to think of another way. Even just design. Definitely design and copy, all that. It's so easily accessible. And even like with your banking, having the right banks that's able where you can transfer money, the money that you're receiving, right? If you have a bad bank where you're bringing in money, but the bank is not good at transferring money, then you're not really leveraging it to how good it could be. Because now you can take that bank, you can deposit, you can turn it to Bitcoin, you can send it overseas, and you can hire better people because you have a different way of sending money. So now you're more scalable because the money is coming right to your phone. Like, you get notifications when you sell. And Shopify tells you, hey, this money is going to be in your account this day. The payout is this day. And then it comes to your account, and then boom, you can do whatever you want to do with it. That's maximizing Shopify. That's maximizing it for everything that it can do. I'm trying to think of what else. I got 2 more minutes. So, just apps, man. Mostly apps. Because there's so many weapons. I call them weapons. Money weapons, right? So it's different ways you can just leverage. Like I remember I spent like 2 years learning different Shopify apps. Like just learning what they could do and how to leverage them in different ways to build like a minimal site. Like what works, what's too complicated. Because a lot of things Shopify gives you and you don't even need it. But if you don't have a good guy, like I've had guys who like I hired to do something and I'll be like, why are you removing that app? Like we need that. And he'd be like, no. I'm like, okay, then I'm just gonna fire him because he's not as smart as he think he is. Because he's a Facebook guy, right? That's what I'm saying. Some people are just good at one, need to be left where they're at. Like if he does Facebook and he's like, oh yeah, I do web design and I do this, and then he's like, remove this, and you're like, no, I want that. Then just leave them where they're at. Just leave them where they're at because they don't know what they're talking about. You have to be a good generalist too, as well, and that's leveraging what Shopify can do too. If you know what not to do, it's all a middle ground. It's a middle ground in testing.